In his second game, Joey Hishon now comes all the way in on Kemper. Spurgeon held in by Colorado's Wilson. Landeskog, McKinnon, the shot, he scores! Nathan McKinnon in overtime. Colorado gets it done.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Yeti Cave radio show. It is April 25th, 2014. I'm Alex Nicholas.
And I'm Max Willis.
Well, since we've last left you, the Avalanche did finish atop the Central Division, and playoffs are underway. Currently tied with the Minnesota Wild 2-2 in the series. Avs looked great in the first two games. I wouldn't say easily, but they looked in control. But the last two games, they've only scored one goal total in the last two games. What's your take on that?
They need to get the offense going. I mean, Varlamov has been playing so hard for them, but yet they're leaving him out to dry. They need the offense to go.
I mean, the first two games, I remember I was watching it on my couch back home, and my friends are like, who is this McKinnon guy and Landeskog? I didn't even know Colorado was a good team. I didn't even make the playoffs last year. I'm like, these guys are no joke.
Are your friends fans of hockey?
Oh, they are. They just don't really pay. I mean, they're Penguins fans, but who really pays attention to Colorado? I guess. I mean, they should. They're like, that McKinnon guy is like incredible. I'm like, exactly.
These guys are like the 2000. These guys are like the cardiac Penguin days. Like, they're so good. They have all the young guys coming their way.
I mean,
and they have a good farm system. They're going to be a threat to come for the years.
Those first two games was ridiculous. I mean, It seemed like they put up 5 goals in the first game, 4 goals in the second game. But in the way they did it was like electrifying. McKinnon was flying. Stastny, the 2 goals in the first game, the one to win in overtime, and that one that tied it up. I mean, if it was based off the first 2 games, I thought it was going to be a quick series. I'm like, they looked resilient. I'm like, this is going to be a quick series. But
I completely agree.
I don't know if you could look in the last 2 games, 1 goal scored at Minnesota. Maybe it's playing on the road, or I just can't figure out a reason why they were doing so well. And I believe they put in their backup goalie for the last 2 games. I think Brizgalov has been replaced, if I'm not mistaken.
If he has, that's just disappointing. Whoever that was it Harding or?
No. Oh, I can never pronounce his name. Kumper, yes. But yeah, he won the last 2 games. I forgot how old is this guy.
Impressive.
It's very impressive. Their backup goalie came in and just basically dominated the Avs. But
yeah, see, Brizgalov has been doing phenomenal during the season, though, for the Wild. Everywhere else, he hasn't been doing well, but man, when I gotta say, when he put on the Wild, he did very well.
Yeah, he has been great for them, but that shouldn't be a reason the Avs can't win. I mean, like in the first 4 games, Stastny and McKinnon both have 7 points, which is ridiculous. 2 of the Colorado Avalanche players are in the top 10 in scoring, and I don't see it. And McKinnon is also named finals for the Calder Trophy with Tim, Tyler Johnson, and Palat from Tampa Bay Lightning, and I believe this is an award that McKinnon's going to win easily, if you ask me.
Yeah, without a doubt. The other 2 guys have been good, but man, I honestly cannot tell you that they have had the season McKinnon had.
Well, bless you.
Thank you. Well, but they haven't had the season McKinnon had. McKinnon's just been off the charts with his skill.
Well, what gets me was Johnson and Palat played a little bit of time in the AHL, and they've played at least a season before this in the NHL. Not 82 games, but they've played a lot. And this is, I think, the most impressive thing to me is McKinnon made the jump right from juniors to the NHL, and these 2 guys have had time playing professionally.
Oh, yeah.
So
definitely.
I truly think this is an award McKinnon deserves to win and should win very, very easily. But we'll see when that. I don't want to start anything, but I think he's gonna win. And if you had to pick one thing that the Avs were doing wrong over the last 2 games, is there any one thing you could think of?
Offensive production.
I'd say I can't really put it anywhere. Can't put it anywhere else. I mean, they've been holding the Wild to 1 goal, 2 goals. You hold a team to 1 or 2 goals, you've done your job defensively.
Oh, easily.
The goals just need to start coming. And back to McKinnon here. Yeah, he has 63 points. Palat has 59, and Johnson has 50. So McKinnon leads all rookies at lead in goal scoring, assist, points. I mean, he deserves this award, and if he doesn't get it, it's going to be a shame. But Palat, I guess, isn't a bad choice.
I give it to the Tampa Bay Lightning, though. They're young guys, even though they came up and played well. And you know what? Neither of those two guys are their top prospect yet. Their top prospect with Jonathan Drouin they have right now. And if he comes up next year, which I believe he will, he's going to wreck the league. But right now, that Tampa Bay Lightning team is so young. And now Steven Stamkos.
That's going to be a scary team.
Ryan Callahan, I hope he extends down there. He fits there. He fits the job down there. And I mean, New York Rangers have St. Louis. Both teams have each other's a star player from the other team. It's hilarious. Actually, they switched captains, captain to captain.
I know, I'm still pretty amazed by that trade, but how important do you think, or how bad is it that Tyson Barrie injury? He's going to be out for the rest of the season on Matt Cook's questionable at best knee-to-knee hit.
7 games. 7 games.
I knew it. I knew the league wasn't going to give him anything more than beyond next series. I thought he's going to be out for this series and then all of next series. I didn't see it going anywhere into the Eastern Conference Final, even if they made it that far, but that's disappointing. He should be out for a while. He said he changed his ways. Matt Cook was a new Matt Cook. But
that's the only reason I think that they let him off with 7 games, because he hadn't had a suspension in the past 3 seasons. I mean,
but how do you think the Avs have a chance without Tyson Barrie? I think that's a bigger loss than Matt Duchene, if you ask me.
That's a big loss because he's one of their best offensive defensemen.
Oh my God, he's clutch
incredible.
Too. He's a big clutch player, scores a lot of goals late, and without them, I don't know. And Duchene, they said skated for the last 4 days in a row, so he might be close to return. But maybe, do you think if they get Duchene back, he could be a catalyst, get their offense going again? Because
I can be a game.
One goal in the last 2 games is not going to do anything for anybody.
Yeah, but he's a game changer easily. Top of the line player I've ever seen, and he's incredible.
That's all you can really say. I mean, when they get him back, I mean, the Avalanche have been playing well, but I think people are forgetting they still have Duchene. And with him back, I really do think the Avs will win this series, but God knows when he's going to come back. 4 consecutive days skating. If he comes, so at one website they said he might return for Game 5, which would be huge. Get him back on track. But yeah, Game 5 is Saturday at 7:30. And that would be nice. Come back in Colorado, win it, take a lead in the series. I mean, what else could you ask for?
You couldn't ask for anything else. I mean, Matt Duchene back is huge. I would love Tyson Barrie to come back soon, but I mean, with that hit, that's
6 weeks. They said 4 to 6 weeks,
4 to 6 weeks is incredible. That's what bothers me. The player that caused the injury should be out as long as the player that he injured is out. 4 to 6 weeks until Tyson Barrie comes back. Matt Cook should not be allowed to play.
That is true.
That
hit, I mean, if you haven't seen it, everybody, it was just disgusting. There was no doubt what his intentions were, but that's just sad that had to happen. But looking around the league here in the other series, has there been one series or any other series that impressed you?
I gotta say, out of any series, the one that's been impressing me so far has to be Dallas and the Ducks.
Oh, I know. Dallas has been on fire the last 2 games.
Just come back 2 games in a row, and they have made this a series. People didn't think this would be a series. Well, it is now.
A lot of people said this series would be over in 4 or 5 games. But I mean, you couldn't blame them for thinking that. I mean, Anaheim was the best in the West, and Dallas just didn't look like a team that was ready to make it deep. But
you know, it'd be amazing. A Dallas Stars versus Columbus Blue Jackets Stanley Cup.
Oh my God.
That would be something else.
I don't. That would be disgusting. That really would.
That'd probably cut the ratings down by the NHL.
That was like the LA Kings and New Jersey Devils one.
That wasn't like one of the lowest rated Stanley Cups ever.
Unfortunately, I mean, it was LA was so good that year, but I mean, yeah, that was a very low rated. I guess you can't blame them. No one really knows anything about those teams.
I don't know, but I mean, the Devils have been around for a while. It's just they've lost followers, I think.
I think a series that disappointed me, even though it's a 1 versus 8 seed again, I think it's Boston-Detroit. I expected more from Detroit after that first game, that 1-0 win, but Boston's just been running all over them the last 3 games, really. I mean, Detroit has had a lead in the last game, but Boston came storming back. In that series, I thought Detroit was going to give them a run for the money. I say Boston wins it in their next game at home.
Oh yeah.
I think the series is
so.
4-1 Boston.
I think this game's over. I think that series is over.
And looking at St. Louis and Chicago tied 2 games apiece, what's your take on that? That's a crapshoot if you ask me. I think that can go either way. I mean,
Oh yeah.
That's
Either way.
that's a hell of a matchup. I mean, Kane is on fire.
Oh, when he scored that overtime winner, dude, he was on fire.
He's probably one of the most underrated clutch players. He's a good. Everyone knows he's good, but he scores big goals at a big time.
Yeah.
All right, are we missing anything else here before we?
Well, congratulations to Simeon Varlamov on his Vezina nomination.
I forgot about that.
Him, Tuukka Rask, and I think it was Carey Price.
Is it? That makes sense. I have to look that up. But
Carey Price or someone. Ben Bishop, Tuukka Rask, and Simeon Varlamov are all on the list for that.
oh, I think Varley deserves it.
I think he does too. He completely decimated. Well, not completely decimated, but I mean, he did so much better than people were expecting him to. He came back and helped lead this team to #1 in the Central and #2 in the West.
I mean, yeah, this is a team. The Avalanche were a team that finished 29th last year in the NHL, and then Varley comes back, gets. God, how many wins does he have now? I think he finished the season with a ridiculous amount of wins. I mean, he's a reason this team turned it around. And if he doesn't win, I'd also. McKinnon deserves to win the Calder. Varley should win the Venza. Yeah, Varley has 41 wins on the season, which is absurd. I think it's just more than the Avalanche had their entire year last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But he well deserves it this year. It was a great season for him.
Trying to think what else we missed here. An update on John Mitchell, who still has concussion symptoms. He's a player they've been missing in the playoffs for sure, but I don't think there's any sign of him returning. He's been having concussion-like symptoms for a few weeks, they said now. So, I mean, the injury bug had hit them at a bad time. They got Barry, Mitchell, and Duchesne. If the Avs lose anyone else to injury,
they're done.
I think they're going to be done. But hopefully Duchesne comes back next game, can turn the series around, take the lead in the series. I think they'll be fine. But
the thing is, we might be struggling, but if you watch, the Wild are also struggling. Jason Pominville is not doing what he should be doing.
Yeah, it's true.
He's not as good as he has been in the past. And the only guys that have been playing for them have been Zach Parise.
Well, Zach Parise always comes to play in the playoffs.
Always. I can tell you right now that the Devils are missing him.
Oh, God. The poor Devils. Yeah, they got... What about Brodeur? Do you think Brodeur is going to stay in New Jersey next year?
No.
No?
I don't think he is, because he already has the Stanley Cups, but I think the whole thing is, if he doesn't, I think he might retire.
I'd rather see him retire than go to another team and kind of like sell out.
Yeah, kind of be like the Brett Favre of the NHL.
Or the Yager.
I'm still saying, Yager's going to try to go to every team at least once. He's on his way.
I don't know. Yager disappointed me going from team to team, but I mean, I still have tremendous respect for him. He's still ridiculous out there.
You know who I have tremendous respect for? Jerome Iginla. I don't care if he's on Boston. He's the only reason I would like to see Boston win a cup.
And to add to our respect rant here, another respect, Teemu Selanne.
God, that guy.
The ageless wonder.
That guy is just insane. He's just too good. Like, he's too nice of a guy. Did you see him at the Olympics whenever they lost? No, wait, they won.
They won.
Yeah. He was like, I don't care if it's bronze medal. I had good time here. And I'm like, well, can't hate that guy.
I mean, I guess that'll wrap up our respect rant for the day. Selanne.
Selanne.
Iginla.
Yager. Brodeur.
Brodeur.
I mean, he did cheat on his wife with her sister.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It's the life of an NHL goalie.
Yeah. Simeon Varlamov. I still blame Steve Downing for that. It's all Steve Downing's fault. That's why he's gone.
Yeah, Steve Downing probably had something to do with that.
But Steve Downing had way a lot.
I never heard too much more about Varlamov getting arrested ever. It's like a cover-up.
That was good. Steve Downey was traded, and that was it.
Yeah. But anything else we need to add here before we wrap it up?
Nope, but go Avs go. That's pretty much it.
All right, everybody, and make sure you tune in to either Altitude TV, TSN, or NBC Sports. It's going to have the game Saturday at 7:30 at Colorado, and go Avs go. Go Avs.